Hey y'all. This week's vlog was supposed to be a travel vlog. I was super excited about it, but my footage is not uploading properly and I'm tired as fuck. So here's what I got. I haven't edited a minute of footage, and honestly I'm only creating more work for myself every time I open up my camera because I like talking to you guys so much. But now I'm like, what video am I creating? Like, this is not, I have a list of videos to film this weekend. None of them is this. So now I'm gonna check back in on my footage, see if it's finished, and then I'll start editing. So it's not ready. That's that. And I am annoyed. It didn't work. So I'm like, what do I do? I feel so stuck. Not being able to get things done for my day. Maybe I should just go to the gym now. I did get dressed for it. Sometimes, and I can't be the only one, but if I am, but if y'all are like me, sometimes I get like stuck trying to figure out what to do with my day, like prioritization, and then like what feels right. Procrastination gets in the way, and then like I have 1,000 things on my to-do list, and then I don't feel like I accomplished anything. I mean, it's only what, 11:30 a.m. I've done my morning journals. Sorry, the construction outside really takes my mind. I've done my morning journals, and I've made my tea. I've taken my vitamins. I guess I could do house shit. Like, I need to put the dishes in my dishwasher, start a load of laundry. I do have a package to go get. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, so it's like, when do like, routine for me is so weird. Like, I can lock into a routine and then like shit will happen and I'll get out of it. And because I've been traveling the past couple of weeks, I'm really out of routines, and it's hard for me to get back into them. But I'm remembering that like, okay, Renee, give yourself grace. Like, you really are out of your routine. Your sleep schedule is completely fucked. I was 5 hours ahead in the time zone I was in. Now I'm like confused with what to do with my day, and I think that's why I want to be so hyperactive right now, and it's the morning, because to my body it's 6 p.m. Shit should have been done by now in my mind. Talking it out allows me to remember to just like pause and give myself grace, and I didn't have to like jump back into everything today, this week. I've been home for a few days only. Like, come on, girl. But I think I felt the pressure of a new year. I felt the pressure of 2 weeks without being in your routines, 2 weeks off of work, 2 weeks off of YouTube, 2 weeks from music. Like, that scares me a little bit, because it's like we're conditioned and socialized to produce. What the fuck is rest? Rest is laziness. And it's like, I'm not lazy. I'm just catching up, catching my bearings. But there's so much guilt surrounding rest and lack of productivity. And I'm a very big advocate for resting and doing what you need. Why am I not allowing myself that same grace? Shit that's core and essential to me that I like need to do, like my morning journaling, like that's for my mind. I've been doing, so it's like my reading, I've been reading. That's something I could do right now that would actually feel very peaceful. I'm gonna do that because that's for me. And right now I'm doing shit for me. And I'm not gonna feel guilty about it. I can't. I'm reading The Artist's Way. I talked about it a lot, but a lot of the footage that I record never sees the light of day or has yet to. So like, I never know how much of like what I've said, because I'm like, oh, I've already told you guys that. Have you guys already seen? Because a bitch is waiting 10 years for files to upload so that she can edit videos. That's the reason why. Look at these faces I drew in my book. A little weird. It was like 3 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. The chapter is called Recovering a Sense of Strength. The section that I'm at is titled Gain Disguised as Loss. Art is the act of structuring time. Look at it this way. A piece of art says, here's how I see it. Every end is a beginning. We know that. Oh, I like that, because it is. Every end is a beginning. We know that. But we tend to forget it as we move through grief. Struck by loss, we focus understandably on what we leave behind. The lost dream of the work's successful fruition and its buoyant reception. We need to focus on what lies ahead. We need to focus on, sorry, I have like 12 different accents. We need to focus on what lies ahead. This can be tricky. We may not know what lies ahead. And if the present hurts this badly, we tend to view the future as an impending pain. Gain disguised as loss. How can this loss serve me? I'm gonna pause. How can this loss serve me? When I read that question, I think about most obviously breakups and the last breakup I went through. And that has been a theme, overarching theme in my art right now. Just like the toxicity of that shit, the healing process from that shit, and just some introspection on what I deserve. Real shit. And also how I need to show up to receive what I deserve. So that's a good thing. I like that. And then also another theme for me is like isolation. Like, I live alone, and I often catch myself ruminating on like, oh my god, I'm so lonely, I don't have any friends, blah, 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 blah. I live in a city where like I'm by myself, instead of remembering that like this isolation has done me and is continuing to do me so much good. I started creative projects like my YouTube channel now that I live alone. I've, journaled more. I've reflected more. I've put out my first song, like shit like that. Things that I did not do when I didn't have the space to take up. So yeah. How can this loss serve me? Where does it point in my work? That's what I just talked about. The answers will surprise and liberate you. The trick is to metabolize pain as energy. Facts though. The key to doing that is to know, to trust, and to act as if a silver lining exists. I became an independent filmmaker. I left Hollywood. I went to Chicago, bought a used camera, and using my Miami Vice writing money. Okay, Miami Vice, I didn't know this. I should have looked into her background, the author of this book, but she's that girl. And using my Miami Vice writing money, shot my own feature film. A romantic 40 Styles comedy. It was in the can for $31,000, and it looked good. Then, incredibly, my sound tapes were stolen. Get out. Get out. I be pissed when I lose footage for a YouTube video. $31,000 and the sound tapes are stolen? Yo, people really are envious. One really thing I love about this book are the excerpts or the quotes that would be in the sidelines, in the margins. I don't know. I'm not technical right now. So on the left page it says, man can learn nothing except by going from the known to the unknown. True. And the other one says, I cannot accept even my own art to provide all the answers, only to hope it keeps asking the right questions. I love that. I love that. Then, incredibly, my sound tapes were stolen. I finished the film anyway. Okay, go girl. Because I asked how instead of why me. Because I asked how instead of why me. In short, you may say I have done my dharma to my favored art form. Oh, that's nice. Why all of this diverse, hydra-headed productivity? Because I love movies, love making them, and did not want my losses to take me down. I learned when hit by a loss to ask the right question, what's next, instead of why me? Whenever I'm willing to ask what is necessary next, I have always moved ahead. Whenever I have taken no for the final answer, I have stalled and gotten stuck. I have learned that the key to career resiliency is self-empowerment and choice. Did she just start spitting? She started spitting. When faced with loss, immediately take one small action to support your artist. Like a small child, our artist needs mommying. Ouch, that hurt. Here's a little treat, a lullaby, I promise. I love that. One thing I love about this book is the reoccurring theme of your artist's spirit being childlike. And it resonates a lot with me because as I, continue to learn myself, heal myself, and try to grow, a lot of that requires acknowledgement of my inner child. And the fact that I'm a creative person, it makes it easy to access that inner child because I know my inner child wants to play. I know my inner child wants to create stuff. I know my inner child wants to sing its heart out and paint abstract art. So yeah, it's nice. I resonate with that a lot. And this week, though I've been pretty hard on myself about not getting completely back into my routines and doing all the things I want to do, stuff like buying myself flowers, that makes me feel good. It was for me, it was for her, my inner child, my childlike artist. Finished that section. The next section of the chapter is entitled Age and Time, Product and Process. I think I'm gonna leave that for later tonight. Yeah, but thanks for just chilling with me. That made me feel a lot better. This book, this course has been imperative for me, and just getting my shit together and honoring myself while I do it. Not just getting my shit together and being this is everything you need to fix. It's yeah, the world has kind of brought you to this conclusion, but here's how we can get out of that. And I love that I love the author for that, and I love the YouTuber that I watched that put me onto the book. I love Doechii for her song God, where she recites an excerpt from this book. I love all of the creatives that put their work out. That energy is so, it transferred, you just gotta tap into it. So I'm grateful. I'm holding the book up All right, later, bye. Hopefully y'all see this footage. If not, it's just practice.